Miranda Murkowski. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm happy. It's my favorite day. It's Friday, so thank you so much for being here and help me celebrate Friday. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Well, the holiday. Let's talk about the holiday seasons, holiday shopping, and all of this. We're getting excited. I see the decorations for Halloween going up, and after that comes Thanksgiving and Christmas. But there's some scams out there. You got any information to help us with the to pinpoint them first of all?
Yeah, we're getting close to the holiday shopping season, which is a really exciting time of the year. It's also a time when scammers really uptick their efforts and they try even harder, to take advantage of shoppers and try to get you to send them money, send you your personal information. And that's why, at the Financial Technology Association, we're teaming up with our partners, Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo, to help people sort of raise awareness of some of the common scams that we'll see around this time of the year. And, you might have it start as a text message. It might be a social media message. It might be a phone call. And it goes to the scammer trying to get you to, send them money, send them your personal details. And some of the common scams that we'll see this time of the year are, things that play on your emotions, play on the giving spirit. Things, unfortunately, like charity scams will have, people reaching out, pretending to be from a charity, maybe being from a charity that doesn't exist, asking you to make a donation. We'll also see things like gift card scams where a scammer will ask you to pay for something with a gift card, which is, really a telltale sign that something's not right. And we'll also see things like a pet deposit scam. You might want the puppy under the Christmas tree, but it's really important to be vigilant and, make sure is someone asking you to send you money ahead of time, potentially trying to scam you into paying a pet deposit fee. These are just some of the scams that we'll see around the holiday season.
I want my audience to know I'm speaking with Miranda today because she's head of communications for the Financial Technology Association. And she's just trying to help us to spot these scams because they're new and what the red flags are. And we really appreciate your information, Miranda. Can you tell us about the Financial Technology Association's Smarter Than Scams campaign?
Yeah, so we're running a Smarter Than Scams campaign at the Financial Technology Association in partnership with Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. And it's really an effort to help people, recognize common scams around the holiday season and also, arm themselves with really practical and simple tips to stay safe. And I really want to share three key things with your audience. Number one, it's really important to pause before you pay. Take that moment, especially if you're getting a text message or a social media message or a phone call that's really pushing you to take action, that has this sense of urgency, something feels like it's an emergency. That's really a telltale sign of a scammer, is that sense of urgency. So just take a moment, pause before you pay. And leading into number two, only send money to people you know and trust. It's really important to verify that someone is who they say they are. The companies that we work with, they're not going to contact you proactively. They're not going to reach out and try to get you to send them information. They're not going to send you a link. They're not going to call you. So reputable companies are not going to reach out to you and ask you to make these payments. So it's really important to verify that if someone reaches out impersonating a brand or a company or someone take that moment to make sure that they are who they say they are. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Okay, I'm going to take this one from, where's this one coming from? Facebook, Miranda. My audience is 1.6 million people, but they're baby boomers and they're scattered out all over kind of platforms. And this one says that they are aware of scams and they're very technology savvy, but they're concerned for their parents. Their parents are of the silent generation. It means they're older. And when people call with these scams, they are the ideal target. How do they protect their parents?
It really goes back to that sense of urgency. And it's a great question because that is often the scammer's favorite tool, calling people, making them feel like they have to act now, something's an emergency, maybe pretending to be someone that they are not. So it's really important, as we're having conversations with friends and relatives around this time of the year, to really encourage people to, pause before you pay and just know a reputable company is not going to reach out to you proactively and ask you to pay for something. It's just really important to only communicate with these companies through verified channels. So if you have an app for a payment platform, if you're on their official website, if you have a physical card, calling that number on the back of your card. And if you're not sure, reach out to the company. Use those verified channels to make sure that, that outreach is really what you think it is.
If you do fall victim to them, because the scams are sophisticated, Miranda, I'm telling you, and I'm just told not to click on anything by my producers, but if you do fall victim to a scam, what's your recourse?
The best thing that you can do is report it immediately. Go to the app, go to the company's official website, report it there immediately, and also report it to local law enforcement. It's really important to share that information with local law enforcement so that the investigators can have all of the information to make sure that we nip this in the bud, that this doesn't happen to someone else. That's really important. And it's also important, if you do fall victim, make sure you change your password on your account immediately. If you don't have two-factor authentication set up, set that up immediately. Make sure you have a strong password. Those are some things you can do immediately if you do fall victim to a scam.
And finally, are there any steps that these payment apps are taking to help protect us?
We know that scammers are getting smarter and are investing more time and energy into taking advantage of people. But the good news is that companies are doing that as well. And there's a lot of investment happening. There's a lot of technology being deployed behind the scenes. The companies that we partner with are really using cutting edge technology. They're also using AI, but they're using it to monitor, to detect, to prevent. They're looking in real time at transaction monitoring, looking for patterns, looking for things that, seem fraudulent. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Companies have invested a lot of money into having cutting edge technology, at work to help you and help protect you. And they're also designing apps and platforms with really easy to use security features. You can have, real-time alerts for anything that's suspicious. You can set up that two-factor authentication. You can have a secure and safe experience when using these apps.
Miranda, as I wrap up, is there any place for my audience to go? Because there's a lot more we need to learn.
Yes, would encourage your audience to check out smarterthanscams.com. It's our website where we have some of these tips of, steps people can take to stay safe. We're also listing out some of the common scams that people might see over the holiday season. The ones I mentioned, gift card, charity, fake invoicing, impersonation scams, that's all on smarterthanscams.com. So would encourage your audience to check it out.
This has been very eye-opening. I want to thank you for stopping by the Valder Beebe Show to help us be smarter, wiser consumers. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of the Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to youtube.com/ValderBeebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.